women, single fathers, especially if you are a woman who is pursuing their career and education. Let's talk about how this can actually affect your path, stifle you, and how it can ultimately put a lot of stress on you and cause you unnecessary headaches. Sorry, ladies, when you are trying to be on your way in your education. So it says here in recent studies, at least according to the Bowling Green State University National Center for Marriage and Family Research, the average age for Black men to become fathers is 25 years of age, whether they are married or not. Given that Black women Given that Black women like myself tend to put off getting married and having children until we are done with school and are working typically by 27 to 30 years of age, the likelihood of dating a Black man with a child or children is a reality. So, this was actually an article written by a young lady that I got offline. So, let's even examine this here alone. Now, the statistics here are saying, Black men become fathers at 25 years of age, whether they are married or not. That sentence alone screams volume. So you can already tell that a lot of these single fathers, 9 times out of 10, they were never married to the baby's mother. So you're going to be dealing with a man who does not even know how to construct marriage and a foundation for their children, but they know how to make the children out of wedlock. So that alone right there can come with certain things that you do not need to be dealing with when it comes to your educational journey and dating. You need to be dating a man who is childless. I'm sorry. I just believe that's what you should be doing, because allowing yourself to date a man that is childless, allowing yourself to be open-minded to dating men who are about their education as well and on the same path as you will be in a lot more equivalence of your favor. Also, as you can see on the screen here are just a few objectives that this young woman lined up in her article. And this goes hand in hand with her experience dating men with children or just single fathers. The point is this, you know, the cons are always going to outweigh the pros when dating them every single time. I do not care. Now, maybe it would be different if you're dating somebody and their children are grown and out of the house. But if you're dating, these men, even let's say, for example, if they're like hitting their 40s or in their 40s and they got young kids, that's a red flag right there. Why do they have young children? I'm talking about 4, 5, 6, 7 years old in their 40s. That shows right there that they have no type of structure. They're just willy-nilly out making kids everywhere. And then another thing that you need to understand is women like yourselves who are about their money and about their education, these type of men love to gravitate towards women like that because they're looking for a step-in mother. They're looking for a woman that is a step up from their baby's mothers who probably don't have no education, who probably don't have shit. They're probably struggling financially just like the father. And that's another thing, finances. You better believe, okay, that these men are not financially up to par. I don't care how good of a father they may seem. I don't care that he take his kids to school every day. I don't care that he buys his kids school supplies. I don't care that he pay for the football practices. That's not something you give a man kudos on, because that's everything that he's supposed to be doing. If he made the child, that's something that he's supposed to be doing. So he don't get cookie points or brownie points for things that he's supposed to be doing. Because what a lot of women will do is they will get caught up in, oh, but he's such a good father and he's so responsible and he takes care of his kids. that is not cookie points to give a man with kids a chance. You want to know why? Because that is what he's supposed to be doing. Just because he's a good father does not mean you obligated to give him a chance or date him. Just because he's a quote unquote good father does not mean that is a green light to risk your time on dating a man with kids, because that is what he's supposed to be doing. That's literally what he's supposed to be doing as a man. So that's not a good sign that he could make a good man. It's just not. Another thing that you have to realize is there's going to be a real imbalance between the two of you as far as how you view things, financially when it comes to education. Because, I mean, statistically, these men who have a kid or several kids and they've never been married, they are already not equivalent to you when it comes to educational levels, because statistically most men like that, they don't have a bachelor's degree, let alone an associate's degree. They're working jobs and not careers. Most of these men that are in this predicament, they have these little security jobs, working 2-3 security jobs and selling t-shirts and having a clothing line on the side that nobody knows about. So you're going to find yourself in a predicament, where you have this man who cannot even stimulate you intellectually, who can't even hold a real conversation with you. When you get off work, he's not going to be able to really put in his 2 cents about how your day went, because he doesn't understand the corporate world. He don't understand the medical world. He don't understand the STEM world, none of that, because he's just trying to keep his head above water, working 2-3 security jobs and doing music, trying to sell his music on SoundCloud to keep his head afloat, because he got all these kids running around and on child support. Or maybe he's working like a forklift job somewhere in the back of the store at retail at Walmart or something like that. You are not going to be on the same intellectual level. It is what it is. And the bottom line is he can appear to be a good man all day. He can appear to be a good father all day long. He can appear to sacrifice and do what he need to do for his kids all day long. But at the end of the day, you need to understand he put himself in that situation because he chose not to marry the mother of his children and create a family and get into a career that will support his children with a stable household with a mother in it that he's married to. And that's the bottom line. This man is not going to be able to do anything for you because he's always going to make sure that he throw it in your face. Number one, my kids come first. My kids come first. And a lot of these men that are quote unquote single fathers or got multiple children, they will use that to their advantage so that they can half-ass you a lot of times as well. That's another thing. They will say that so they can put in the bare minimum of putting their foot forward to court you. Well, I'm a father, so I don't have time to do this. Well, I'm a father, so I just can't afford this. Well, if they're a father, they don't need to be dating you. And most of these men, they try to date above their means, meaning that they try to date women like you who are pursuing a career or currently in a career or pursuing something that is higher education. These men know they cannot intellectually keep up with you. So it is just a waste of time on your part to even deal with men with children. Because especially if you stay within the Black community, statistically, if you are dating a man with a child or multiple kids, statistically, this is just facts, they are not going to be able to keep up with you financially or intellectually. Okay, because Black women are already the more educated in their demographic. That's number one. So if you're dating a man with kids, again, he's going to have these jobs that barely keep him afloat, just to keep up with his child support, just to keep all his baby mamas happy. Okay, because even when a lot of times when these men do have more than one child, they are not by the same mother. So that's more of a burden that you're going to have to take on. And slowly but surely, he's going to start to put those burdens off on you. Okay, because now he's looking at it as, well, we come as a package deal. You make more money and we're supposed to be a team. So, be a team player. And, how about buying my kids a birthday present? How about, pitching in for lunch money food? Let me explain something to you. As an educated woman, you should not feel any motherly emotions towards anything that you did not birth. Period. You are not obligated to force motherly instincts to any being that did not come out of you, that you did not birth. That's number one. Do not allow these men to guilt you and call you selfish and call you cold-hearted and make it seem like there is something wrong with you because you're not willing to date them with their little burdens, meaning children. There is nothing wrong with you as a woman. You are not selfish. You are not cold-hearted. A man with kids is a burden. Okay? A man with children can be your downfall, your distraction, put a financial strain on you. A man and his children can put unnecessary stress on you that you do not need while you are trying to thrive and flourish in your academic career or while you're in school, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Why take on something that came from another woman's womb that has nothing to do with you? Why do that? You're already taking on a project when you choose to date a man with children that did not come from you. Allow these men to get with other women who have children if they so choose to. But see, that's also part of the problem because a lot of times they don't want to do that. But these men need to realize they need to date within their means. If they have a bunch of different little burdens running around that's by different women, then maybe they should find women in the same predicament. It's just that simple. Do the blended family thing. So ladies, listen, do not, if you are trying to pursue higher education, it's not in your best interest to entertain men with children, multiple children, or even one child. Because statistically speaking, if they're already in that predicament, they do not have the same education level as you. Okay, they are not at the same financial basis as you. So there's going to be an unequal balance either way you look at it. So why deal with the stress and why put yourself through that? For what? Why? Because he appears to be a good father? Well, that's what he's supposed to do. He made his burden, so he should be a good father to his burdens. So ladies, please allow this video to marinate on your minds and your hearts. Make the best decision, make the right decision by not entertaining men with children if you are pursuing higher education. I hope this video was helpful, and I will talk to you.